All right, guys, this is going to be an introduction to how to handle a collections firm from the start. A real-time example here. So you people that think I'm just making this stuff up and I don't do this stuff for real, this is going to be a first-hand experience of how I handle these people. So I have basically four properties. One property is actually a lot, a separate lot, next to one of my other properties. So technically I have three properties with houses on them and one that is a lot. And the two properties and one with the lot, that's in a little place called a borough town, Beverly Park. And they've sort of disappeared. I don't get anything more from them. I don't get any mailings from them. And when you actually look at the tax records online for them, they've zeroed out. The municipalities zeroed out. So I pretty much have them on the sidelines, but I got the place where I'm living right now. They're headstrong and they're not really paying attention to what's going on, and they're going to learn very soon what actually financial peril they're in themselves personally. So I got a St. Petty Fagershyster collection agency. They have sent me a letter, and you're going to see how I deal with these people from the start. And you could follow me step for step because I'm about to show them how I could show them a world of pain for the people that got involved in this. And I'm going to shut them down. You're going to see how I do it. So let's take a look at what they sent me here. Okay. So first thing they do is when they send you this mailing through the mail, I copy the envelope. I'm going to do a scan of the envelope, and this is the envelope. Look, little municipal resource recovery systems. Good for them. And look, they got it addressed to dead people. Well, that's my dad who passed away in 2008, and that's my mom passed away in 2019. And look, they know so much about this case that they filed this claim against two deceased people. Okay, now my mom hated these people and my dad hated these people. So they would enjoy exactly what I'm doing here. They would love exactly what I'm doing here. But now we have a dummy that's working for this company that filed against two deceased people. You see any problems coming on here? There's major problems coming in right here. You filed against two deceased people. Now let's look at what they sent. Great. Final notice. I've never gotten a first notice from them, so I don't know what a final notice is. And look what they're claiming. They're going to charge me attorney fees. And they're going to charge me lien filing fee. Look, they're going to charge me a fee to file a lien against my house. Good luck with that. And it's interesting. Here's the problem they have. I don't know who these people are. I have no contracts with these people. I never granted these people authority to administer my property without rights. So anything these people send me, it's forgery and fraud. I don't know who these people are. And like anything in law, if someone does something to my neighbor's property and my neighbor doesn't want to pursue it, I can't sue for my neighbor. I don't have that authority to do that. And neither do these idiots. But they think I'm just one of the monkeys. So they send me a notice and they make all kinds of crazy claims. Look, the Township of Aston has a claim against your property. Is that Mr. or Mrs. Township of Aston have a claim? Because I don't know who that is, Township of Aston. No clue. And they're saying I live in the Township of Aston. How can I live inside of a piece of paper? Because the Township of Aston is a municipal corporation with a Dun& Bradstreet number. But they're not the geographic location known as Aston. They're the Township of Aston. In other words, they're a corporation of Aston. I'm not part of their corporation. And that's why we do the affidavit of statuses. Because we specify that in the affidavit of statuses. So look, they make all. This is a woman working for this corporation. Look at the claim she's making. This claim is for delinquent sewer rent. Well, I don't have a contract for sewer rent. And I don't have a contract for sewer fees. So what is this woman doing involved in this woman here named, where's she at here? Look, Barb Rafter. Barb Rafter has no jurisdiction over myself, my property, and she don't know anything about any kind of claim against me. So if these people, if there's an actual valid claim made by this Township of Aston fiction, then they have to file a actual formal complaint against me and have me serve and have me served and give me a summons, the complaint and the summons in one serving, and so I have due process of law to defend myself. But that's not what's going on here. This is an interloper. I don't know who this woman is. Yet she's making claims for a fiction. That's even worse than an attorney. She's claiming she's acting because she's an account manager for these people. I don't know who these people are. I have no contract with them. So she's making all kinds of crazy legal claims in here that have nothing to do with me. And look, she's actually claiming that, look, they're going to charge me attorney costs. Oh, really? See these people? Last claim they filed against me, when I filed the affidavits against them and the attorney, he ran. He hid like the little pussy he is. He ran away. He didn't follow through. He's sitting there in hiding, hoping that I don't file something else against him. But here's what goes on with this stuff. See this? I'm in their system. In other words, they didn't bother to take me out of their little computer system. So when I don't pay their extortion for that year, 2020, I pop up in their system. And notice this letter here, that's a print. She didn't sign this. Nobody signed this. You see a signature here? I don't. So that means this is a automated program that's running this thing, and it's just spitting letters out. And these letters go out automatically. And this is going to be a problem for her. Because what I'm going to do here, and sort of changing what we do here in the, I'm calling that a 7-step system. We're going to switch things up a little bit because we're going to use the affidavit, same affidavit process we use. We're going to keep that. The affidavit of status, the affidavit of fact, the notice of deficiencies and irregularities in their documents, and their notice of claim. We're going to keep that the same. But we're just going to shift it around a little bit because now what we're going to do is we're going to go in the attack right away. We're coming right at them. In other words, see this woman here that filed this? She's going to get a mail fraud complaint that's already actually written up. And I'm going to show you how to expand that mail fraud complaint to actually show it as being criminal. You're going to see my documents. I will post them here when I send them to her. So I'm going to file a mail fraud complaint against her right away. I'm going to file a securities fraud complaint against her through the SEC. Because this is securities fraud, what she's doing. When she's demanding money, she's going to charge me this, or this is what I owe. She has no authority to determine what I owe, okay? I'm not her property. I have no contract with her. She should not be sending me any kind of thing like this. This is total fraud. This is harassment. It's fraud. It's, you're going to see the criminal complaints I file against her. But I'm going to start off with the mail fraud complaint. There's going to be 3 statutes in there in the mail fraud complaint. And I'm going to expand on them and show them how this is mail fraud, what she sent to me. Then I'm going to file a state criminal complaints against her. And that's going to be a problem for her. Because my state criminal complaint is going to be sworn under penalty of perjury. I'll come here and testify against everything I said. So now she's going to get banged with a mail fraud complaint, state criminal complaints. And we're just getting started. Because she's totally exposed here. Because she has no idea what she's doing. She has no jurisdiction over myself or my property, my address. She has no jurisdiction in this matter. She has no standing in this matter. She has no personal knowledge of anything involving any alleged matter here. Yet she's making threats to me. If I don't pay, she's going to charge me this. And if I don't pay, they're going to lien me. Look, they're going to file lien. Look, lien filing. Really? Guess what? Liens don't work that way, people. If somebody has a lien to file against you, they must first have a court judgment, which means you had due process of law to protect and defend yourself. So if you didn't have a court hearing where you had a right to defend and protect yourself, you could never have a lien filing fee because there's no lien to exercise. The lien's in their head. The lien's in her head. I guarantee. She's claiming she's acting for these people called the Township of Aston. I'm going to guarantee you people, as you watch me walk through this process, not one man or woman is going to step forward from the Township of Aston to claim I owe this $286. So when that doesn't happen, and it won't, Miss Barbara After over here, she's out there on an island by herself, which means I'm going to attack her. When I say attack, I don't mean physically attack her. I'm going to attack her through the court system. I'm going to attack her through using legal and lawful processes. And Barbara After is not going to be able to answer me. Because Barbara After has no idea what's going on in this matter. Barbara Rafter's a puppet. Okay? Something popped off a computer printer, and Barbara Rafter thinks it's me, and it gave her some kind of magical authority over me. I'm going to teach you right now. This is your typical debt collector response you're going to see here. So I just want you first to copy the envelope, copy the document they sent to you. Now you're going to watch me walk through this. The first thing you're going to see me do is I'm going to file a mail fraud complaint against her. And there's 3 statutes in mail fraud that I'm going to cite. And I'm going to sort of do it like Brett Fountain's bar grievances. I'm going to state what the actual code is, what the law is. And I'm going to state that she violated that code. And I'm going to give examples of how she violated it. So when I send my mail fraud complaint in there, they've got some basically, there's some meat to put their hooks in. They're going to see that I've pretty much laid it out for them that this woman committed mail fraud. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She committed mail fraud in this, and you're going to see it with those 3 statutes. And when I send this back to her, she's going to get the copy of the mail fraud complaint that I filed against her. She's going to get a copy of the Securities and Exchange Commission complaint that I filed against her, which is with the SEC. And I'm going to start sending her copies of the actual criminal complaints, the state criminal complaints that I filed against her. And guess what happens? If I get any one of those criminal complaints to stick to Barbara Rafter, and I could do that in a heartbeat, because everything she did is criminal. She's not going to work as an account manager anymore for this company. As a matter of fact, she's going to be a felon, and she may not work again. So Barbara Rafter is about to learn a very hard lesson here. Don't put your name on stuff that you don't understand. Don't be a dummy working for these collection companies that don't know what you're doing. If you don't understand what you're doing, I'm about to teach you what you're doing in a very hard lesson. So this is the intro to what we're doing here as far as initial response. Your initial response now is going to be a mail fraud complaint. It's going to be a Securities Exchange complaint for securities fraud. And you're going to file actual criminal complaints against them. Not playing games with them anymore. Right off the bat, we're going to file criminal complaints, state criminal complaints against them. And then when we bang them with that, then we move into our affidavit process. Hey, you made ridiculous claims against me, by the way. You've violated my rights. You've tried to administrate my property without right. And you've actually uttered forged documents against me. So for that, I'm not going to file this claim against you. I'm going to support it with my affidavit of status and my affidavit of fact. And this is how we're going to start coming to these people. We're going to file against them right away. And then right away, after we get our filings in, our initial mail fraud complaint, and we get our Securities Exchange complaint in there, and then we're going to start moving to our affidavits and bang them with that. And so they'll be on their heels right away because these people are not used to the monkeys filing this stuff against them. And when the monkeys do this to them, this goes to the attorneys, and the attorneys look at this and they go, this doesn't look like the average monkey. Monkeys don't do this. Monkeys don't know about, bar grievances and judicial complaints and private claims against people. Monkeys don't know about this. But you don't. You monkeys do. You understand this. So you're about to watch what I'm going to do with this collections firm in real time. And you could follow me step for step here. Because you can do this for whatever this is. Whether it's a traffic ticket or a fraudulent claim for a tax bill. This is not a tax bill. I have no idea who these people are. I have no contract with this corporation, Township of Aston. Look, they're the Township of Aston. So if I live in the geographic region of Aston, who are these guys? That's a separate company. I don't know who they are. So they don't get to impose their ordinances. Where did I ever sign a contract to be bound by their ordinances? I didn't. I haven't. And their ordinances are meaningless. And guess what? Nobody operating as a person under the Township of Aston is ever going to walk into a court of law and challenge me on their ordinances. No one from here is going to walk into court and state that this ordinance applies to me. Game over. That's how that works. Game over. They have no witnesses and they have no facts to claim that this applies to me. This is all BS, basically, somebody's opinion. So just want to give you an introduction. This is how we reply now. We're going to hit them from the start. Then we're going to bring the affidavits in. And when we bring the affidavits in, guess what we're going to... Well, when we do this initial process, I'm also going to send them a list of fees, basically. If you guys want to continue on doing this, here's my fees for your actions. So I'm giving them right off the bat, you guys, listen, you violated my rights. Here's my fees. If you continue on here, then my claims, if I don't get a response back from you within 30 days or 20 days or 10 days, whatever you want to choose, it's up to you, then I'm going to execute my filing, my fees of what my charges are against you people. And just like they send me their fees, I'm going to send them my fees. And guess what? My fees have a lot more meat to them because guess what? I'm going to walk in court and testify to them. I'm going to tell you nobody from this company here is going to walk into court and claim that these fees apply to me. I mean, you're talking about really pulling stuff out of the rear end. They can't charge me for attorney costs. They can't charge me for lien filing fees. God forbid the entity that files this lien filing, I'm going to take his home, his bank account, and his business from him. And if you think I'm kidding, watch me. You know, I trust me. I'm holding a little bit back from you right now. I've been talking to Steve Emerson. I know some stuff. I've known some stuff before I started. I know even more stuff right now. So if these people think they're going to walk through with this stuff, watch what I do to these people in real time. So just follow me along here. Do exactly what I'm doing here. You want to take this, anything filed against you, copy the envelope, and copy the actual claim. And I'm going to show you step by step how I move against these people. I've already got the malfraud complaint form filled out. And now I'm going to go in the actual statutes of the malfraud complaint and show why this woman violated these actual statutes that she's bound to. And this will be get sent to the postal inspector. So I'm giving him something to hang his hat on, basically. So he's going to have something to hang his hat on because I'm going to show him exactly why this woman violated these malfraud statutes. And she did. And that's just a start for her because next we're going to deal with the SEC and the Securities Exchange Commission and why she violated. What she did is listen, she's creating securities out of thin air. Let me tell you something. People can't make claims against you like this. This is not legal process. This is called a simulation of legal process. Legal process is somebody sues you and has you served, and there's a summons attached to the complaint so that you can protect yourself and defend yourself against these claims. They don't get to fine you right off the bat and claim you owe money. That's a simulation of a legal process. This woman, she's not my owner. I have no contract with her. So why did she involve herself in my matter? If these people called the Township of Aston have a claim against me, by all means, go sue me. I'll be happy to meet you in court. See, there's a problem. They can't sue me because they don't have a valid cause of action. So what they do is they hire a scumbag little group like this, collection firm like this, who works with a law firm. And when these scumbags send you this stuff, and you actually challenge them to produce what they're supposed to produce under law, they don't even produce what they're supposed to give you under law. They turn it over to their scumbag attorneys. And the scumbag attorneys try and file something in you in court. And right off the bat, I've knocked 3 of these out right away. And actually one from these idiots that filed against me, I knocked that right out of the way with a letter to the clerk of the court. Said, hey, you better stop these attorneys coming into your court, forging documents against myself and my property. I'm going to bounce your ass through federal district court, lady. How dare you let these pettifogger shyster attorneys come in your court and file documents against me? You don't think I know what's going on? Watch me. And here's what's going on with the sewer authority matter. It's a classic. So I had this thing called a writ of Sir Facius filed against me. And that was all done in forgery. The attorney came in, basically filed a lien, which there's no such lien. He can't make a lien out of thin air. there's got to be a trial where there's a lien that was a judge that I owe. Well, there's no lien, so the attorney made it out of thin air. Then he filed for something called a writ of stare facias. It's a petition, which basically means, hey, the court issued a judgment against you and you got to pay this. But the problem is that the judgment is not signed by anybody. So when I wrote to the clerk of the court, I said, hey, I got this writ of stare facias. I don't understand these two names there, that the signatures are legible. So I need you to turn them over to me. And she actually did. She gave me the two names and their positions. Great. Appreciate that. Then I said, hey, you got this judgment. It's not signed by anybody. Who made this judgment that the rules of civil procedure apply to me, and it gave them authority to make a judgment against me, leaning my constitutional rights of a trial by jury? Because what you people are doing is not a trial by jury. You just made a summary judgment that I owed this money, and I don't even have a name on the document of who actually made the claim. So she was very, willing to give me the other names because they had actually signed the documents. But for the last 2 days now, Thursday and Friday, twice I've written her, give me the name. I need to know who filed this judgment. Who's responsible for the document? She won't turn the name over to me. You know why she won't turn it over? She's afraid. Because she already knows I stated, hey, listen, I got the two attorneys' names that are involved in this. I got the judge's name, Whelan, he's involved in this. I got the two names you just turned over me for the writ of stare facias, so I got their names. Listen, I need the name of the entity or the man or woman who kicked this whole thing off. Who filed this false judgment against me? I need the name. She won't turn the name over to me because she knows this is going to go really bad for them, because I'm going to sue the heck out of the woman or the man who actually issued that judgment, because they have no authority to issue a judgment against me without a trial. Yet they did. So when you start calling them on their BS and start cornering them, they'll run from you. And you're going to watch these people in this process as I do it in real time. You're going to see me do this in real time. I don't make this stuff up. I don't tell you people to file anything I haven't filed myself. And I don't tell you people to do anything I haven't done myself. I'm not one of them gurus out there that tells you, this is my theory, go do this. No, I do what I say. And you're going to watch this in real time as I come after this woman and come after this petty fogger shyster corporation. By the time I get done with these people, they might not be a company anymore, and she might not have a job by the time I'm done with her. So listen, don't get hung up on the nonsense that they roll out at you. They don't have the authority that they claim they have. Everything they do is under presumption, and when you challenge them on that with hard facts, ultimate facts, they're called ultimate facts, they're going to fold like a cheap tent, the cheap tent they are. So I just wanted to roll it out to you, give you a little preliminary of what's going on, and now watch what happens in this case and learn from it.